So in this session, we will see about OOPS concept. So OOPS concept is basically having four pillars we can segregate. Like one is abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. So in this, we will learn about in this session, like what is data hiding, what is abstraction or encapsulation, what is easy relationship, overloading, overriding. So these things we will see. So basically, is a relationship nothing but we can say it's a inheritance concept. Okay, so what is the need of data hiding? So data hiding is basically we are trying to hide something. We are trying to hide the data. Okay, so we are trying to hide the data from whom? Like from whom we wanted to hide the data. Okay, so we wanted to hide the data from the outside of the person. If they are not authenticated person, like suppose if I wanted to check any of the email, okay, so I can check only my Gmail. I can't check some other person's Gmail because it needs some authentication. I need to give username and password for that, right? So if I wanted to use some account balance, or like if I'm going to ATM and if I insert my card, then I can see only. And if once I will be authorized to that card, okay, so this user is a valid user for this card. If I'm giving the right credential, then after it will show some set of data, I can say. So basically I can say, like our data should not go out directly, or outside person cannot access our internal data directly. So basically with the help of data hiding, we achieve security, I can say. Okay. And okay, so how we can achieve, I can say, how we can achieve data hiding. So why giving every data member variable as a private? Once we are creating a data member in the sense like whatever, like int variable or float, double string, whatever the variable, if I am giving, so all those data should be private, I can say. And okay, so the obviously we achieve security for this. So we can see one example for the data hiding, I can say. So see, this is the class name, I can say, and this is a something like this is the data member for double type, and this is balance. I wanted to get the balance. Okay, so it needs, this method is needs some validations, like okay, user will gives their credential in the sense username and password. So once it is validated, then this will return, I can say, balance. Okay, so this is nothing but data hiding. Okay, so what is abstraction? So abstraction, we can say, like suppose if we are going to the any of the ATM machine, and that GUI is having some set of data. Some set of data means, like when we are inserting our card. Okay, so it is saying that okay, do you want to check some details in the sense of like to get the mini statement, or withdraw some amount, or check the balance, or change the password, whatever it is. So it is giving some set of services, I can say. So basically abstraction is nothing but we are just highlighting some set of services, but we are not saying about okay how these set of services has been implemented inside some any of the programming language, like it could be C++, or .NET, or Java, whatever the language we are using. So means, the system, ATM system is using. So basically we are not talking about the implementation, we are simply just giving them to the set of services. So okay, so user will go and check the services of the ATM, and they can, once the that user is valid user, they can properly log in into the application, and they can get the data from that ATM machine, I can say. Okay, so usually, how do we achieve interface, means how do we achieve abstraction? So by using abstract keyword, we can achieve, I can say, abstraction. So in interface, okay, we will discuss interface and abstract class in a detail in some other video. So interface is nothing but it is 100%, I can say, in abstraction. It is possible inside the interface, and in abstract class, it is having some methods we can keep as abstract method, some methods we can keep as a non-abstract method also, it is possible. Okay, so basically if we are talking about implementation but not completely, like some partial implementation if we are talking, so we can go for abstract class. And if we are talking about only the requirement of specification, but we don't know how to like implement those methods inside the interface. So usually we can go for interface, I can say. Okay, we are only talking about the requirement of specification, so that's for interface. Okay, so similarly, like we are it's an advantage for, like, okay, so it is easy to maintain or easy to understand, I can say, like easy to use, we can say, like ATM GUI, it is everything is written and we need to only tap those buttons. And obviously without giving right credential it will not allow us, so that's is nothing but security, I can say, we can achieve with that. Okay, so we have some example, like see this like this is the ATM GUI, and we are having some options like balance withdrawal or mini statement login, and okay, validating the user. So these are the some options available inside the abstractions. Okay, so now we will see what is encapsulation. So encapsulation, I can say, it is nothing but when we are doing data hiding plus abstraction is nothing but in encapsulation. So basically, we are performing data hiding and data hiding and abstraction both. If we are performing, then we can say, okay, this is nothing but encapsulation. So basically, we are binding data and its corresponding methods into a single unit. So that is nothing but abstraction. Okay, so it is a combination of data hiding and abstraction. That's fine. Same thing, like security we are achieving, easy to maintenance. Okay, so see, like see, just assume this is as a capsule, so we are giving like data whatever the data members available, like whatever the variables it is available and its associated methods it is available. So we are binding together and we are just, I can say, we are just binding into a single component, like in the single capsule we are binding every data members and its associated method is nothing but encapsulation, I can say. Okay, see the encapsulation in the sense like data hiding plus abstraction, we can say. Okay, same example, obviously, like ATM GUI, if, like balance inquiry, withdraw of the amount or update balance. Okay, so see in this encapsulation basically we are going to check. Okay, so we are going to check what, so every data member should be declared as a private, I can say. Okay, private in the sense, see like private, it is like balance is a double type and we have declared as a private. Okay, so I can say that, okay, this class is an encapsulated class, I can say, without checking getter setter method, I can say. Okay, so in this we are simply checking the balance of the see, we are just getting the balance, and we are also like whatever the amount we have, I can say, submitted to the bank or ATM. Nowadays, ATM has can also we can submit our amount inside this, that right deposit machine. So okay, so this bill can be handled inside this, and I can say with the help of private. So in encapsulation, we are not bothering about to, I can say, check its getter method or setter method. I can say, see, this is the balance inquiry. So we are doing simply balance inquiry, and this is for the validation of the user. Okay, and this is for the, I can say, update the balance. So see, this is update the balance, I can say. Okay, so we are doing like this. Okay, so one more thing, tightly encapsulated class. So encapsulation is what? So this is encapsulation. We are just defining all these data members, I can say, as a private, definitely. In the sense, private means what? Data hiding we are trying to do. Okay, and abstraction we are doing. So in this case, we are just simply binding data member and its corresponding methods. That is nothing but encapsulation. And tightly encapsulated in the sense, whatever the data member available inside this, we are only bothering about these things. So all these data member are private declared or not declared. So if it is all data members are private declared, that's fine, we can say that, okay, this is a tightly encapsulated without checking its methods is having public or whatever it is. So we are not bothering about the methods, we are only looking for the data members, I can say. Okay, so each and every variable of a class should be declared as a private, I can say. Okay, whether the class is having getter or setter method, it is not required to check. And whether it is public or something else it is written, so we are not required to check. If data member is written as a private, we can say that every data member written inside the class is a private, we can say that, okay, this is a tightly encapsulated. Okay, see, this is the example of tightly encapsulated. Like this is a class account, so this balance is a private and it is returning the balance, so this is a tightly encapsulated class, I can say. Okay, so inside this, see, this public class A and private, this is a variable, this is a private, I can say, and this one is a, it is extending class B extending A, and class C also extending A. So can we identify which one is tightly encapsulated? We can say, okay, so this one is private, so obviously we can say this is a tightly encapsulated. And for this one, okay, obviously it is extending, so this X is available to this class. But see, inside this class it is not private, so we can say that this is not tightly encapsulated. And in this it is extending, so obviously parent class is a tightly encapsulated, so we can say inside this, okay, this one also private, so we can say that it is a tightly encapsulated. Okay, so whatever the green showing, that is tightly encapsulated, and red is not tightly encapsulated. Okay, so we have some other example, I can say, like this is the parent class, okay, extending, I can say B is extending, C is extending. So if parent class is not a tightly encapsulated, then all its child classes will not be tightly encapsulated, because X is available to all these child classes. Okay. Okay.